Hey guys, Magnus here, bringing you yet another video, and this one's going to be a bit different. So this one we're going to be talking about, we're going to be ranking the best Simpsons games. Now, the only problem I have with this is I'm going to do it in a different way, not my normal rank system. I'm going to do it a different way, a versus way, essentially, a versus way. You know, like a battle, round one. We'll have a round one, a round two, and then a final round. Yeah. That sounds right. I think so. I think there's 3 rounds, maybe 4. Well, we'll see. I think no. There. We'll get it down to. So yeah, there'll be 3 rounds. Now, basically, what we're gonna do is I basically got 8 of the Simpsons games that I have played. Now, there are more than 8 Simpsons games, but I haven't played all 8. I haven't played all of the Simpsons games. Now, I played all 8 of these, and that will include The Simpsons Tapped Out, obviously, Simpsons Skateboarding, Simpsons Hit and Run, The Simpsons Game, Road Rage, The Simpsons Night of Living Treehouse of Horror, which is what I played on my channel, the Itchy and Scratchy Game, again, I also played that on my channel, and the Simpsons Cartoon Studio, although the Simpsons Cartoon Studio I played a long time ago, so I'm having to go off memory, which is I guess is a bit, maybe, but I needed 8, so I kind of had to throw that in there. But I am going off memory, and when I say a long time ago, I'm talking when I was like 11, so it is a damn long time ago. But anyway, we will do it anyway. So the first one, I've not ordered these. I've not ordered these in any particular order. I've just gone for a spin picker, and I've just picked them randomly. So the first one to contend each other is The Simpsons Tapped Out versus The Simpsons Skateboarding. Right. So, what do we think, boys and girls? I think I could probably guess about 100% of the answers from this one. But Tapped Out versus Simpsons Skateboarding. Now, personally, I thought Simpsons Skateboarding wasn't so bad. I thought it was kind of cool. I'm not really a massive fan when it comes to these kind of sport games. Obviously, it's a bit different because it's with Simpsons characters, so it's a lot sort of better. But I did find the game quite tricky as well. I remember, again, this is another one I played maybe, I think the last time I played it was maybe a year ago. Again, going off memory, I know it's kind of bad, but my PS2 is in another place now, so I can't really play this. I can't play this game anymore. But no, it was pretty good though. I did enjoy it. However, Tapped Out, I have played it since 2012. I'm carrying on playing it. I've definitely got more hours in Tapped Out. I've definitely spent more time in Tapped Out, and overall I think I've probably enjoyed it more. Although Tapped Out has its flaws, of course it does. I think overall Tapped Out beats Simpsons Skateboarding out of the park. So that's it, Simpsons Skateboarding, you're out, but Tapped Out makes it to round 2. That's cool. Right, next contender, and this is still round 1 though. But the next fight is The Simpsons Hit and Run versus The Simpsons Game. Now this is a really tricky one because these are the two kind of, I guess, big main platform games, if you want. Now, of course, Simpsons Skateboarding was a main platform as well, but the problem with that is it wasn't very center themed. These both are themed on. They aren't particularly themed on a particular thing. Now, these are both PS2 games. One's a PS2 and one's a PS3, so they're both like sort of PS games if you want. But I think you can get. I don't know if you can get them. You can definitely get it on Xbox. I'm not too sure about. I think you can get Hit and Run on Xbox, original Xbox, but I'm not too sure about Simpsons Game. You might be able to get that on 360. I don't remember. I had it on PS3 anyway, I think. But yeah. So honestly, Hit and Run, brilliant game, really cool. Okay, it's sort of an impact on my childhood, if you want. Of course, I played it as a young nipper. I played it, and it was just. It's just brilliant. Now, the reason I love Hit and Run so much is this kind of I like to call it the GTA aspect. It's basically an open world where you can do what you want, to the point where you don't have to do missions. You can go around and mess around in Springfield all you want, and of course you can play as so many different characters, which is cool as well. Simpsons Game, you can play as different characters. But Simpsons Game was restricted to levels, so you had to do the levels and you had to go along. The Simpsons Game story I thought was really cool, and there was some great stuff there, but overall I just love Hit and Run too much. So unfortunately, it's sad to see it go this quick, but the Simpsons Game is knocked the hell out of the game. Completely. Simpsons Game is out. I'm sorry. So, yeah, that's it. But Hit and Run makes it to round 2, along with Tapped Out. So, the next contenders, we have The Simpsons Road Rage versus The Simpsons Night of Living Treehouse of Horrors. Yeah. So yeah. So again, this is a hard one. Now, The Simpsons Nights of Living Treehouse of Horror, I had to play that on an emulator, and I played it on the emulator on my channel. Now, the majority of the gameplay I played of it is on my channel, but I did play a little bit of it before, and I played a little bit of it after as well, but the recording is my highlights, I guess, of it, and you can go watch that on my channel, you can go find it. I did it for a Halloween special last year, 2 years ago now. Well, no, technically one and a bit years ago. But Road Rage, again, also another one I played on my channel. I also played Road Rage on my channel, don't you worry. I played Road Rage. I thought Road Rage was, well, Road Rage for me, I played it, I had it on my Nintendo Game Boy. It was one of the first games I ever got, and my Nintendo Game Boy was one of my first, I guess, well, not console, well, handheld consoles I ever got. And it was just brilliant. I mean, you gotta love the Game Boy, and I loved it to bits, and I loved the game to bits. I thought it was brilliant, Road Rage. Although it was this kind of bird's eye view, and it wasn't exactly very pretty to look like, the game itself was just so cool. How you could pick up Kent Brockman and you whiz him around Springfield, drop him off, then you unlock more cars, and you can unlock Willie's tractor, and you can ride around in Willie's tractor. You can unlock Frink's car and ride around in Frink's car. Bear in mind, it was a bit annoying that you had to write down those codes to type in your game progress. That was rather annoying. I gave you a code, and then you'd have to type that in every time you launched the game to actually get your game progress, to retrieve your game progress. But it was brilliant, and of course you could always just type in someone else's, and you could, yeah. But Simpsons Night of Living, of course, you play as Bart. I think you just play as Bart. I presume so. I only played levels as Bart. I played the first 2 levels, I think. So I haven't completed this game. Road Rage, I saw it completed in a way, but it's kind of one of those games you can't exactly complete. Well, I've unlocked everything essentially, but I did do it legitimately. Night of Living Horror, I feel it was really good, but unfortunately, I think Road Rage just again knocks it out just a little bit. Just the whole fun, the aspect of it, and the fact that you can be different characters, just sort of knocks the Simpsons Treehouse of Horror game out of the park. I'm sorry. So Road Rage goes to round 2. So the final battle of this round. So we have the Itchy and Scratchy game versus the Simpsons Cartoon Studio. Now this one's quite a hard one because honestly, it's quite hard because the Itchy and Scratch game I played not loads of. I didn't play I didn't play it to death, but again, but then the Simpsons Cartoon Studio, it's a bit of a different one. This one isn't, I guess, it's a kind of a different kind of game. This kind of game is where you actually make your own scene, and you had little audio clips and little movements that the characters made, and you could piece it together to basically make your own scene. From this, I'm going from memory, and I had fun with it. I didn't think it was that bad. The only problem is I can't actually put it on my PC. The disc, my computer can't play it because the disc is outdated. It's only for XP computers, Windows XP, which is rather annoying because I don't have a Windows XP anymore. But yeah, I thought it was brilliant, and if I could play it again, I would play it again. The Itchy and Scratchy game, of course, I had to play it on an emulator. It's another one I played on my channel, and I played it on an emulator on the computer, and I thought it was kind of cool. It's kind of cool that you could play as Itchy and Scratchy, and it's kind of cool. Well, Scratchy primarily. But I thought it was cool that you could play as him, and then you could waltz around and you try to complete the little levels, and it gave this kind of Mario theme to it, which was this kind of what you call it, RPG, is that what you call it? Yeah, I think so. Or whatever. But you played as Itchy, and essentially you're trying to stop Scratchy from killing you. But I thought it was kind of cool. However, I'm gonna have to give it to the Simpsons Cartoon Studio, just about. I just feel like I had more fun with that. I remember it quite well, having fun with it. The Itchy and Scratch game was cool and all that you could play, but I just feel like it just slightly, only just, beats it. So that's it. We're into the round 2. Ding ding. Yes, that's right, round 2. So yeah, I've got to go again, get a random picker and choose who's versing who. Back in a sec. So round 2. So the contenders for round 2 is The Simpsons Tapped Out, The Simpsons Road Rage, The Simpsons Hit and Run, and The Simpsons Cartoon Studio. So yeah, so we're gonna have to get unfortunately 2 contenders are gonna have to be knocked out the park this round, and we'll go to our finale or round 3. So yeah, the first one is The Simpsons Tapped Out versus The Simpsons Road Rage. So again, both games are really, really good, and both games have had an impact on my life. No, but Road Rage was really good. It was kind of a game I grew up with, alright? And that's why I think it has the potential. It's not a complete whitewash, this one, don't you worry. These two are neck and neck, I'm going to be honest. Now, Tapped Out, I've had a lot of fun with that. I've even invested a little bit in microtransactions, which I regret, but I have done it. I also hacked it. But no, it is really cool, and I love it how that you essentially do play as different characters. You send characters to do different things, and that's what's great about it. You have control over so many characters. Road Rage I love for the same reason. You have control of so many characters, and you can drive characters around in cars and pick up other characters, and drop them off in certain places and fail. You can fail. You have different locations, different missions and kind of thing, and they both have a little bit of freedom to them, and that's what I love about them. And the fact that they involve different Simpsons characters. However, I just think overall, unfortunately for Road Rage, the Simpsons Tapped Out just about beats it. I just feel like the updates we get every kind of every so often when we get these updates, it just keeps refreshing the game. Although we have the odd bad update, I just feel like Tapped Out takes the lead. So that's it, we're knocking out Road Rage, it's completely gone, so Tapped Out is going to the finale. So, the last two, we have The Simpsons Hit and Run versus The Simpsons Cartoon Studio. And I kind of feel bad. I feel bad for Cartoon Studios, because Cartoon Studios is fun, and I liked it, and I think it is really cool, and it is something that I really enjoyed doing. It was a kind of cool little, I guess you could call it accessory that I got, and it was a really, really cool thing I used to play. Now, I can't play anymore, and that's what's unfortunate, and it was very limited. I have to argue that. It was very limited in terms of stuff you could do, and that's why I felt the game had its flaws. However, Hit and Run is just an amazing game. It's absolutely brilliant. The fact that all the levels, you can play as Homer, Lisa, Marge, Grandpa, Bart. Wait, Grandpa? Not Grandpa, sorry. No, Apu. And a Halloween Bart and a Halloween Homer. It was just brilliant. No, Grandpa. Yeah, it was just an amazing game, and Simpsons Cartoon Studios just been knocked out the hell out the park. It's unfortunate for them. So, we're on to our finale, or round 3, as you would call it. Tapped Out versus The Simpsons Hit and Run. So it's come down to this: the mobile game versus a PS2 game, of all things. Now, where do I stand here, boys and girls? Where do I stand? So, Tapped Out. Okay, let's take some pros and we'll take some cons. Pros to Tapped Out. It's it adds loads of characters. It gets pretty much every character from The Simpsons involved, and there's still yet more to come. That's another pro. There's still more to come. There's going to be constant updates. Another pro, I guess, is you can design Springfield yourself. You have completely your own freedom when you design Springfield. You can make it look as stupid as you want, as ugly as you want, and as beautiful as you want. So they're my main pros. I'd say they're my main pros. My main cons were Tapped Out. First of all, pricing. The donuts is a bit of a joke, especially with this recent Shelbyville update we've had. The pricing can sometimes be a bit of a joke. So that's one con. Another con is it's quite buggy, let's be honest. There's quite a few bugs with it. It crashes. I mean, it's not so bad now, but there used to be loads of bugs with it in the past, and I can't let it off free for that. And then we're getting to Hit and Run. Pros: complete freedom. You can do what you want. You can play as different characters. Obviously, you can't play as loads and loads of characters, but you can play as many different characters. Another pro is it brings in little Easter eggs from different episodes. It brings in little, it brings in pretty much every character. You can't play as every character, but you can see majority of the characters walking around. And of course, you can do missions for different characters and stuff like that. Obviously, there's a few which you don't see, but you see quite a few. Cons: you can't. I mean, the fact is, Springfield is cut up into little sections. And that's a con for me. I would have liked it if they had the whole Springfield, and so, you know, obviously, like, you can't go to Moe's in the Homer level, for example, which to me seems a little bit weird, but you can go to Moe's in the Bart level. Obviously, Homer's there, but it just felt to me a little bit weird. So there's some cons and pros to both. Another con to hit and run is obviously it's gone now, it's dead, it's over. Which is unfortunate, but of course it is a platform game. But which one am I going to give it to? Which one is the best game? Can we have that drum roll? I'm sorry, guys, but it's the Simpsons Hit and Run. I cannot give it to Tapped Out. I cannot. I must give it to Hit and Run. And you guys are probably rioting in the streets over this decision, but I'm sorry. I had to do it. I had to. And you know, it's not like I don't like Tapped Out. I think Tapped Out is really, really good. But of course, overall, I just feel like Hit and Run has, to me, been a better game in terms of impact, in terms of replay. I can go back and play that game. In terms of story, I feel the story's way, way better. I mean, I guess the one downer to it is the whole world thing and the fact that you get a whole Springfield and Tapped Out. But to me, Hit and Run will always be my favourite Simpsons game, and probably will always be my favourite Simpsons game. I don't think there's much Tapped Out could do to change that decision, unless they made some really awesome Troy McClure and Lionel Hutz update. But yeah, I have to give it to the Simpsons Hit and Run. No questions asked. No questions asked. So anyway, guys, tell me what your favourite Simpsons game is. Give me maybe your if you obviously you probably haven't played, maybe you haven't played some of these, maybe you haven't played any apart from Tapped Out. But tell me your thoughts if you have played any of them. I guarantee no one's probably played all of them. Well, to be fair, I say that. Maybe someone has. But yeah. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next video. Goodbye.